Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and this is part 8 of this unboxing series, the collections series. Well, we're kind of doing something a little different, just to break it up a little bit, because we're at the halfway point. There's going to be 16 videos in this series. It's quite a long series because there's a lot of really cool collections that I picked up. Well, this one is more back to my older style of doing unboxing videos, where I show more of an eclectic mix. And this is very definitely an eclectic mix. There is a bit of a collection in here, but there is an eclectic mix to it. So I'll get right into it. And there is some golden age. It's a lot of modern, but there is some golden age at the end. So stay tuned for that if you like the golden age stuff. Okay, the first book is one that I picked up because every Wednesday, I do what's called book club with a group of friends. We do it on the Mortal Biggie Shack channel. And it's just a fun way to, read different books that we may not normally read. And we discuss them and, we kind of give our reviews of these books. Well, one of the ones that TM Nerdy picked up, and check out his channel, recommended was DPH, or Dark Horse Presents, number 51, which is the very first Sin City in the Dark Horse Presents title. It's the second episode of the Sin City story, but it's the first, in the title, where it starts to after this one. Pretty much every comic after it within the Dark Horse Presents has the Sin City continuation of that story. And it's a very interesting story because it's a Frank Miller story, really well done, actually. It's more of a visual thing than there's not much reading, there's no reading really required. Very little reading involved, but it's very visually, illustrated story, where you get a feeling that you're going to read this story quickly. And it was designed for that very intent, where the idea is to keep the action moving very fast, visually fast, so that you have a sense of movement and that things are exciting or actiony. And if you look at the way it's illustrated in this book, I should show the book. Sin City, when they took it and made it a movie, they almost per panel copied this. It was almost like this is the storyboard for the movie. Very cool how they were able to visually capture that action in the book and then translate that on the screen. Sin City, if you haven't watched it, is an awesome movie. It's just really, really well done. And this is Frank Miller's Sin City. It also includes some other stories that aren't quite as good, but this is Frank Miller's Sin City. So in this Goldie, this is not Sin City on the cover, sadly enough. But Goldie in the story is basically the main character wakes up next to her dead body, and she was a woman of the night, maybe, that basically gave him comfort. And basically the guy, he is going to find out who killed Goldie and exact revenge on them. And the police are hot on his trail because they think he did it. So that's the story behind it. There's not much story because it's these are very short stories within the book, but it is a cool story overall. So yeah, that's Dark Horse Presents number 51. Next one is an interesting one. This is a book that when I learned about it, I was like, oh, I have to pick this up. It's just kind of a cool book. This is World's Finest, number 154. And this is the first appearance of the sons of Batman and Superman. So it's Kyle Jr. and Bruce Wayne Jr. are rivals and then partners, and this in the great imaginary novel The Sons of Superman and Batman. So this is their first appearance. So kind of a cool book. I think we get a Son of Superman later on. So this is kind of a cool book. So that's the first appearance of those characters. This one, I don't know what I was doing, but I was just sort of flipping through covers of Submariner, and I thought, oh, I really like this cover. I just thought it was a really cool cover. I just like the way the girl is drawn. Almost has like a good girl art feel to it, or a romance cover feel to it. Just the way the girl is drawn. I just really liked her. So it was like a couple bucks. I thought it was a cool book. Come in, Namor. The dying's fine. So yeah, she's trying to lure him to his death. So yeah. So the Scourge of the Sea. So I guess maybe she's kind of like a mermaid or something like that, kind of luring him in for his death. Now these next two books I have no idea. These were pure FOMO buys. I have to be honest. I have no idea anything about these books. I only know that they're books that were somewhat recommended by James Gunn. So James Gunn released a stack of books that he kind of recommended people check out. And these were two of the ones that he recommended. So that's the only connection. I don't know why he recommended them. I don't know anything about the books. This is what happens. Sometimes you FOMO and you don't know the logic behind it. But here are the two ones that he recommended. This is Final Crisis number 1. Okay. And then we have Tom Strong. Now, I think they might do something with this character. This is the first appearance of Tom Strong. And, yeah. So, I'm not sure what's going to happen with it, but that's the other one. Okay, now we're getting to a little collection. This one, again, was just sort of a random buy. I just thought it looked interesting. Ended up reading it. Wasn't bad. It was okay. So this is XXX Zombies. It's basically there's like a zombie outbreak at a porn stage. Though it sounds more promiscuous than it is, it really isn't that bad. More gory than nudity. So yeah. I thought this was a cool cover. It was actually the cover of later issue that I thought was really cool. So you got this one, kind of Debbie Does Dallas. This is number 2. Sort of an homage to various porn things. But it was really this cover that made me buy it a lot, which is the one where it's homaging Jaws with the zombie and the girl swimming above. I just thought this was really cool. So that's why I bought the lot. And I thought this one was cool too. This is mimicking The Godfather. So I thought that was pretty cool. So that's 1 through 4 of XXX Zombies. Okay. Now, the reason I actually ended up finding these in the first place is these are all published by Crawlspace. And when I was... We do like a Friday hangout on my channel, and there's Nate, there's Steven, there's Lyle, and Matt. Well, Lyle, he showed a comic that sort of I thought was interesting, so I just said, hey, I'll pick that one up. And it was called Skin Crawl. Well, when you search on eBay for Skin Crawl, you get this other one from Crawlspace, so that's the connection. And it's this book. He was showing it, and I thought, oh, that looks really cool. This is Skin Crawl number 1. And it's the first dreadful issue. But I thought the art looked really interesting. Almost looks like photography plus, plus regular art. I'll show you the interior. It's quite well illustrated, very vibrant colors. Almost has a very Richard Corbin look to it. And I just thought it looked really cool. I'm a big Richard Corbin fan. Probably why I like L.B. Cole too. Anyone, the artists that have very colorful art palettes, I generally gravitate to. So this one, I just thought had really cool interior art. So I really wanted to get it. And the other thing that sort of made me interested about this book is the fact that it's mimicking famous monsters and Warren Publishing. So this is kind of very similar to the way Warren Publishing would produce their logos. And it also has a sort of a mock ad, or I'm not even sure if this might be a real ad, for this like hand thing, which is mocking ad that Warren had produced, where they had the Dracula dirt pendants. And this kind of reminds me of that. So I thought that was really cool. And this is, yeah, I'm not sure. It says officially licensed and authentic designs, high quality. And it even, like, the ad is like, if you see the famous like the one with the Dracula dirt pendants, this is like so close to the same ad. It's so funny. And even some of the other ads that they have are very similar to what the ads you would see in Famous Monsters or Vampirella or one of the Warren titles. So those are, that was like a little sidetrack that I had done. Another thing that happened with me, and this is where the next 3 books that I'm going to show you are all slabs. I saw this post by Cover Price, and Cover Price was talking about how certain books had really fallen from their initial heights. And it sort of gave a list of 10 books that had just gone up through the roof when they came out because of their popularity, the quality of their stories. But then later on, they just, for whatever reason, lost all value. And I was like, well, I really like those stories. It'd be really cool, since they're affordable, why not just pick them up in a 9/8 slab? So that's what I did. And I'll tell you the stories. The first one, I basically picked these up for $30. So it's the cost of the slab. So each $30. So this is Stray Dogs, #1. Great story. If you haven't read Stray Dogs, definitely read it. It's a quick read. I think it's like 4 or 5 issues. Very good story. Basically, it's about a serial killer, and whenever he kills somebody, well, he kills people that have dogs. And so he ends up with all these dogs. He has like a bunch of dogs at his house, and these dogs discover his serial killing ways, and they try to escape. So it's a very cool story. It was very popular at the time. They talked about it being optioned, and it's one of those ones where it would really translate well to like a movie, and it has sort of a Disney feel to it, but with this really macabre element. Just a really good story. So this is from Image Comics, 2021, and it's Tony Frias cover and Trish Forstner. And so really good stuff. I kind of like Stray Dogs. So I actually might already have a copy of this in a 9/8, so this might be my second slab of it. But I thought, hey, why not? A little bit of a spec play there. Now, one of the ones that I didn't get when it was really hot, and I got this also for $30. It's a little lower grade. It's a 9/6. But what happened was, when Stray Dogs came out, they did a whole bunch of homage covers to various horror films. And this is their homage to Silence of the Lambs. I just thought it was really cute. That was a really cute cover. This is like one of those like limited, like, I'm not sure how many they printed of it, but it's the Spectral Comics Virgin Edition. And this is Tom Gallagher cover. I just thought it was really cool. You know, Silence of the Lambs homage. So I just thought this was cool. They did a whole bunch of different homages. I have some of them, or most of them, but not all. But I didn't have that one. I thought that one was really cool. The other title that they mentioned in this list was a really good one as well. Another title that I enjoyed reading. Not many modern books that I say, oh, I really, really enjoyed that series and read the whole series. Usually I'll get like a few comics in and then the interest will sort of fade. Well, this was another series that I actually read the whole series and really enjoyed. This is 8 Billion Genies. And I actually, you know, the funny thing is, I actually had this copy, like a raw copy, probably a high grade copy of it as well. But even though this is not the A cover, and I was debating about whether should I buy the A cover or this cover. I just love this cover so much. This is a Jenny Frison one. I just think something about it I just really like. So I picked up the same one I had already. I don't think I have the A cover, but I ended up picking up another copy of this Jenny Frison variant. I just think it's so cool that I had to pick it up. So it's in a 9/8. And it was, again, the cost of the slab. It was like, I think it was like $25 or $30. It was actually, you know, around the cost of the slab. And it's just a great Jenny Frison cover. And it's the B variant. And when this came out, this book actually had gone up to like 100 or something right off the bat. It was really expensive. It has space on the back. But yeah, just interesting how these have dropped so much. And I think they're just underrated. So I, you know, figured, hey, why not pick them up? Now, I did mention that there's going to be some Golden Age. Well, there's one Golden Age. I figured I'd show it. So this is Super Mystery. And it's Super Mystery number... okay, yes, it says in the back. Volume 8, number 3. And I just thought it was a cool... Again, this was just one that I thought was really cool. I actually like Super Mystery. There's some really cool covers in the title. Some good girl art covers as well. This is one I just thought was really interesting. I just like the way, the perspective of the guy coming in. He's seeing the potential murder taking place through the window, where you just see the silhouettes. I thought it was a really interesting one. And then you have this sort of ghost-like or specter-like narrator in the background. It says, "It looks like you're too late, Mac Martin, too late." So I just thought that was interesting. So yeah, so I actually getting a little run of the Super Mystery ones. Another title that is very underrated, and you can pick up some really cool covers for fairly affordable prices. This one was under $100, and it's in reasonable grade. It's like a 3.0, my comic shop 3.0, which is probably about a 4.0. It's very solid looking. So yeah, so those are the books for this part. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. There's some more. I'm going to go back to the collections version. This is more eclectic mix, but the later ones are more collections. Some really cool collections at that. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Remember to give me a like on the way out. And thanks again. Bye for now.